In acknowledging the country in which Cathedral College Wangaratta stands, our Buri, Kogamulga and Udthu would like to give thanks to Birimi for all that is around us. We would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge our totem, Nargoon, for looking over us as we go into each day with truth and service guiding our journey. Dirawara, we acknowledge the bravery of past, present and emerging Aboriginal and Babangarang peoples. Hello to our Year 7 students, parents, family and friends, and welcome to the 2022 Year 8 information package. And unfortunately, just like last year, we haven't been able to hold our information session here at school, and we really hope that we're able to welcome back our parents, families and friends back onto the campus very soon. However, this version does present us with some possibilities in that you are able to look and view the information in your own time, and you're able to review and go over it as you go. But I also encourage you to contact us here at school to ask questions of teachers, to ask questions if you're not sure about any of the information that is presented to you as you go into Year 8. Year 8's an exciting time. It's our final year of middle school, and it's an opportunity for our Year 8 students to demonstrate the leadership that they continue to develop over their previous 2 years in the middle school. And we certainly look forward to the contributions of our Year 8 students in 2022. I'd like to thank all the staff involved in putting this presentation together. Thank you to the IT team for filming, editing and presenting this information to you. And we certainly look forward to an opportunity, as I said earlier, to welcome everyone back onto the campus as soon as possible. All the best.
Good evening, parents and students. Thank you for taking the time to join us for the Year 8 Information Evening. My name is Mrs. Brigid Perkins and I'm the head of middle school. My role involves overseeing the pastoral and academic development of students in Year 6, 7 and 8. I'd like to start by thanking you for taking up the opportunity to join us online and hear from a number of key staff who will work directly with your son or daughter in their final year of middle school. I'll begin by explaining the focus and purpose of middle school education. Mrs. Julie Findlay, the Director of Studies, will follow and discuss subject choices and the academic pathway for our Year 8 students next year, and Mrs. Michelle Lloyd, our Year 8 Coordinator, will conclude by providing an overview of our pastoral program. Throughout a student's time in the middle school, we aim to focus on developing the individual by exposing them to different areas of learning. This is distinctly different from the senior school, which is a clear focus on academic pathways for the obvious reasons of preparing them for the VCE. Middle school students are encouraged to explore their passions and through trial and error develop their personal learning skills and interests. We have integrated time dedicated to continuing to build our middle school culture and middle school learners. This allocated time for the middle school, called community time, will take place on the second Friday afternoon in each timetabled cycle on a day 10. It will allow us to come together as a middle school and focus on key areas such as wellbeing, the performing arts, physical wellbeing, positive influences, service and skill building. I've often discussed in both informal and formal conversations and reflections with students, parents and other members of our school community the key question of what is the purpose of a middle school? And a more personal question being, why do I love working in the middle school? A lot of focus and attention is often given to getting ready for senior school, as for some they view this as the serious end or the important end. And for this cohort, senior school is not too far away. But what do we want to achieve in middle school? And why is middle school equally as important? We need to remember and remind ourselves that there is so much change that happens throughout these formative years from Year 6 through to Year 8 for students emotionally, physically, and of course academically. So a middle school community needs to consider these big changes and work with students to understand how they are feeling and to understand what is going on in their worlds. My office is positioned in amongst the Year 8 lockers, and the conversations I overhear are definitely different from the conversations occurring in the junior school and senior school. They are often focused on new friendships, new relationships, a change in friendship groups, a change in relationships, social media, dance routines, birthdays. It's often hard to keep up. But there is no doubt that feeling a sense of belonging is very important to most middle school students. This is why the middle school at Cathedral College is a space where we endeavour to build confidence, independence and individuality. It is an environment where we aim for students to trial their learning strategies, explore different avenues to their learning, and be involved in a range of extracurricular activities with the goal of finding out what they enjoy, where their passions lie, and ultimately ask questions of themselves and inquire about the outside world. And whilst doing all of this, forming new relationships and not being afraid to meet new people with varying personalities and strengths. We can learn so much from others, and that is why we place importance on accepting all and not fearing difference. I believe it is so important to be proud of who you are and to be proud of your school and their achievements. A proud student is often one that wants to give back to their community. We believe that all individuals have the capacity to be effective leaders, and we hope that all students demonstrate their leadership capabilities in everyday life. There are opportunities in Year 8 to hold differing roles of leadership that allow individuals to have a chance to make effective change in the middle school, as well as the wider school community. In preparation for next year, when we hold an application process for middle school house captains, it is important for all students to consider taking on these roles. These roles give students varying opportunities to have a voice and advocate for their peers. They are also exposed to different leadership styles and examples through working with the senior school house captains. There are a lot of chances to practice their public speaking skills, advocate for their fellow peers, and be part of the process when organising key events, including fundraisers. What I love about our middle school and wider school culture is the inclusive and friendly environment that is evident as soon as you enter the school grounds. I can often enter the middle school area and I'm not met by students with their heads down or failing to make eye contact. Instead, I can hear, "Good morning, Mrs. Perkins," and it is this personable, respectful and cohesive environment that I hope to continue to build and foster. Connecting and communicating with others is a skill that is needed throughout all lives. And even though we often take this type of gesture for granted, it is important that we continue to focus on these areas, promoting visible gratitude, celebrating our successes, and promoting positive relationships. I look forward to working with our Year 8 cohort next year, as well as they will be leading the middle school, and I challenge them to start thinking about what effective impact they can have next year.
Even though it has been a very different year, it is hoped that you are now familiar with the routines and skills needed in secondary schooling. The Year 8 curriculum has been designed to help you build upon the knowledge you have acquired, the skills you have developed, and the independence you are increasingly developing. To build upon the work you have done, the core subjects in Year 8 remain the same as Year 7 in order for you to build skills and knowledge in English, maths, science, history, geography, religious and values education, and health and physical education. The aim of this range of core subjects is to help you develop a broad understanding of the world and foster an appreciation of the value of being active and healthy throughout your life. The elective program also aims to build upon what you have experienced in Year 7 electives. You may have found an elective subject you really enjoyed and you know you want to continue. But the elective program in Year 8 is also an opportunity to try a subject you did not try this year. Developing skills in the creative and performing arts, languages, and a variety of technologies ensures you develop a broad skill set and in some cases provides challenges in areas you often try to avoid. I encourage you to be proactive this year and to try some new subjects and combine this with subjects you know you enjoy. This will prepare you for Year 9 when you select subjects more suited to your strengths and a possible future. LOTE, language other than English, is still a compulsory subject in Year 8, but there are two possible pathways. One means that you will study your chosen LOTE subject, German or Indonesian, for 2 elective blocks. This is because you believe you're really interested in German or Indonesian and you need the extra immersion in the subject to study the subject in Year 9 and beyond. LOTE 2 means that you will still learn your chosen LOTE subject, but you do not require this level of immersion, and so you will take 1 elective block for LOTE. You will still study 4 electives per semester. These electives will still be for 4 periods each fortnight. Physical well-being is an additional offering this year, giving all students the opportunity to participate in games and personal training, work with other students and develop positive and active habits which we hope they will adopt throughout their life. For further details of these subjects, please look at the Year 8 curriculum guide available on this website. Hard copies are also available if requested. The academic program is only part of your child's journey at Cathedral College. To help the whole child develop, it is important that we also consider the well-being and personal development of a student. To hear more about what this involves, we will now hear from Mrs. Michelle Lloyd, the Year 8 Year Level Coordinator.
The well-being of Year 8 students is not limited to a timetabled lesson. Supporting our students through adolescence is something that all Year 8 staff prioritise. There is a focus on building positive relationships with peers, school staff, and the larger community. This is achieved through an emphasis on resilience, effective communication, building self-confidence, decision-making, and finding the connection between choices and consequences. Students are encouraged to explore many tools that encourage positive growth, such as self-reflection, mind-body connection, meaningful conversations, and practicing self-management. The Torquay Camp is a highlight for Year 8 students and staff. The camp is a combination of academic pursuits and fun. While in Torquay, the students take advantage of the coastal landforms to complete a geographic study. More active pursuits include surfing, sea kayaking, mountain biking, and hiking. There is also a fascinating visit to the Surf Museum and a little time to explore the outlet shops. This is a nice way to finish the year where the students and staff can just enjoy each other's company and have fun together. Many Year 9 staff attend this camp to build relationships with students to assist their transition into the senior school. There is a focus on independent learning in Year 8. In all subjects, students will build on the skills from Year 7 and develop new ones. Independence will continue to be encouraged through the use of online platforms where work can easily be accessed. Students are expected to be more personally accountable. Teachers will attempt to work with the student first and together work through how the teacher can support the student and what the student needs to commit to so that the best result can be reached. Failing that, parents will be contacted to add support to this team. In Year 8, it is central to the growth of the student that these independent skills are encouraged and supported to prepare them for the expectations of further learning. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, please contact us at school.